Hey there, comic book community. My name is Joe, and welcome back to another edition of 360 Comics. Recently, I was given the opportunity to purchase a bunch of recently released comic books for 75% or more off of cover price. Given that deal, I went a little bit crazy, and I'm going to share my experience with you today. As of the time of recording this video, we are 30 subscribers away from our goal of 1,500 subscribers, at which point we will be giving away this Incredible Hulk 377, the first appearance of Professor Hulk, to one lucky winner. All you gotta do, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up for a like, and leave a comment down below. That'll get you one entry. Check out all the rest of our videos from the month of March. Like those videos and comment on them for additional entries. Check them all out to maximize your chance of winning. Don't forget to follow on Instagram and whatnot as well. We do weekly sales on both platforms. And mark your calendars, because this Friday night, March 18th, I'm going to be going live with James from Mint Hunter Comics over on his YouTube channel for a claim sale. We're going to be joined by Nick Barucci, the CEO of Dynamite Comics, and you're not going to want to miss that. The very next day, on Saturday, I'm going to be helping Jim from Bronzeville Comics set up for King Con, and I'm going to be there hanging out the whole day with members of the comic book community and, of course, digging through those boxes for gold. I want to preface this video by encouraging all of you to look through the recent back issue bins at your local comic shops, especially if you like digging for gold like that. What happens a lot of time is stores will take things off the rack that haven't sold in a couple months or a year, that are just up there collecting dust, and they'll stick them in a box. And you usually can tell which books are the recent ones because they're not bagged and boarded. And I feel like a lot of people, including myself, often gloss these over and don't pay attention to what's in there, thinking, oh, it's recent stuff. It isn't good, whatever. But that's not always the case, especially with the comic market, how it is right now. The prices on things pop significantly on, a little bit of news or something happening in the comic world or the film world or anything like that. Even just rumors can spike a book's price. For example, at my LCS recently, a customer found 2 copies of Swordmaster number 1 in a half-off recent issues bin. Now, these obviously hadn't sold at the time because it wasn't really a popular run, but with recent news regarding Swordmaster becoming Iron Fist and some speculation in the MCU, that book has gone up to $20, and because it was in the half-off bin, cover price, I believe, was $4 on that book. This customer got 2 copies for $2 a piece, and that is a great deal. Now, that doesn't always happen, and you got to be a little bit patient and dig through some books to find some gold like this, but this store that I went to recently, they had a huge backstock of books from 2019 to present, so the past couple years, and it was just stuff that they hadn't sold and had been sitting, I guess, in their basement, in their storage, and I got a nice chance to go through it and buy these books for $1 a piece. They were firm on that price. No matter how many I bought, it was going to be $1 a piece. I tried to get a little discount, but because it was, it was so discounted already, because all the books right now, $4, $5, $6, sometimes even $10 cover price, I'm getting a great deal, at least 75% off, paying $1 a piece. So let's get into this. I'm going to show you all the books I picked up, and there were multiple copies of almost every single one of these books. We'll go through them one at a time. First up, from DC Comics, we've got The Joker number 2. I believe this book came out in early 2021, if I remember correctly. And this is the second printing, which actually has a different cover, and that is what makes it special. This issue is the first appearance of Vengeance, the daughter of Bane. But she was not on the cover of the first printing, either the regular first printing or the cover B variant cover that DC always has along the cardstock cover, I like to call it. But the second printing features her on the cover, and making it her first cover appearance. That's a pretty cool and significant thing, despite it being a second printing of the book. The cover price on this, I believe, is like $5 or $6. Yeah, $6 there, cover price. It's a nice thick cardstock cover. So picking this up for $1 was awesome. I have a bunch of copies of it that I've been holding on to, and I added quite a few more from this haul. Then we got Robin #1. This is the first appearance of a character I really enjoy called Flatline. I actually featured this book in my DC, recent DC speculation video a couple months ago. I think she's a great character and one that they could utilize again and again. She has great chemistry with the current this Robin, which is Damian Wayne. And I really enjoy this run as well. It's got like kind of a Mortal Kombat vibe to it. So I suggest you check this out as something to read as well as a possible speculation book. You can really get this book for cover price or less a lot of places. So I wouldn't pay more than that for it. Kind of don't go above the $5 mark. But nonetheless, we got Robin #1, first Flatline here. And I was stoked to pick that up for just $1. And again, there were multiple copies of that book as well. Same with this one. We've got Detective Comics 108, and this is that cardstock variant cover. Sorry, not Detective Comics. This is Batman 108. Cardstock variant cover featuring Miracle Molly on the front. And this book was actually her first full appearance. She cameoed in 106 and then had her first full appearance 2 issues later in 108. 106 is an amazing cover, and I think that book will hold more value despite it being the cameo just because of the cover. But this awesome cardstock cover really features the character very prominently. 108 cover A as well as this are also the first 2 cover appearances of Miracle Molly. Again, a character I would like to see DC utilize in the future. James Tynion did a phenomenal job at just fleshing out basically his own rogues gallery, and that was really awesome. He's no longer on the project, on the title, but I think these characters could definitely be utilized again. I think they should be because they were really great characters. Speaking of Tynion, the next book here is Nice House on the Lake. This is issue #2 of the run. I have talked about this book ad nauseum at this point because I really enjoy it, and I think it would make a phenomenal television show or even possibly a movie. I think it'd probably be better as a TV series just so they could flesh out the characters a little bit more because there's a lot of them. But yeah, Nice House on the Lake, #2. I already have a ton of copies of #1, so I figured, for $1 a piece, why not pick out a bunch of copies of #2 as well? And maybe I'll sell them as a combo deal at some point. This next one, we're moving into Marvel now, and not a lot of DC in here, but a ton of Marvel. We've got Taskmaster #3. Now, this is another one of those situations, just like the Vengeance book, the Joker #2, that features the first appearance of a character on the cover for the second printing of their first appearance book. So, Taskmaster 3, first appearance of, I apologize if I pronounce this wrong, Teguki, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is, I believe, the name of the Korean flag, and this is a Korean character, and this character was introduced in this issue #3. This second printing features their first cover appearance. I kind of like how they do that sometimes. Now that the character has been revealed, they show this character off on the cover of the second appearance, and it probably grabs some eyes as well for people who are looking to pick up keys like this. This book has been hot recently. A lot of speculation on different characters of diverse backgrounds and things like that, making sure that everyone is represented in the MCU and other Marvel projects, and really cool cover. And this character is really awesome as well. I did a little bit of reading about this run. I haven't actually read the run, but it seems really interesting. So I think it could be really cool in the future. Bunch of copies of this, and I already had a bunch as well because, a little bit of speculation there. Then we got Thor #6, and this book got pretty hot over the last couple years since it came out, I think about 2 years ago, because in the back, right at the end of the book, spoiler alert, there's a splash page, that features Thanos holding Thor's hammer, which is encrusted with the Infinity Gems. And I thought that is just a magnificent splash page, and this also features the death of Galactus, so it's a key issue in addition to having that really great part of the story. And then this is part of the Donny Cates run, which Donny Cates killing it right now. one of the most popular writers, and I think this is some of his best work for sure. Now, in addition to this first printing, there was also, you got it, the second printing, and don't shy away from second printings, because this one is actually worth more than that one, because they took the splash page from inside at the end and they put it on the cover. Not only that, but they put it as a wraparound cover, which I'm going to actually take this out of here really quick and show you, because this cover is super sick. We got Thanos on the front, and you can't see his other hand, but then you turn it around to the back cover and look at that. We got Mjolnir right there, encrusted with the Infinity Gems. This is just an awesome splash page that was done for this issue. And like I said, it is also inside the book towards the end right here. You can see that's the splash page from inside. And yeah, I have been picking up copies of this for a while. Just a phenomenal wraparound cover, and part of Donny Cates' Thor run, which has grown in popularity over the last couple years. Then we got a couple of Scotty Young variant covers. We've got Agony. This is from the Extreme Carnage. Yeah, Extreme Carnage. This is number 7 of 8. And I believe Scotty Young did a cover for every single one of the symbiote characters that had a book in this run. I picked up a couple copies of Agonies, as well as Riot and Lasher, I believe it was. But I actually sold some of those already. It's been a couple weeks since I picked these books up. So some of them have sold already, but had a couple copies of Agony left to show you guys. I believe there were 1 copy of the other books. But yeah, people really love Scotty Young. I'm not huge on his variants. I think some of them look really cool, but there's a lot of collectors out there, just like every variant artist, Peach Momoko, J. Scott Campbell, that like to collect all of a certain artist's variant covers. And yeah, Scotty Young is definitely one of the top dogs for that. And speaking of, we've got Wolverine number 1, the Scotty Young variant cover. This one I think is pretty cool. It's got Wolverine like just chillaxing poolside right there in Krakoa, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool. I like that the kiddie pool on the cover is like the classic Wolverine costume, the yellow with the black stripes there. I think that is a really nice touch that Scotty put in there, and just seeing Wolverine relaxing like this is a little bit unusual, but really cool. This next one, probably going to just keep this one in my personal collection. There was only 1 copy of it, but we got Deadpool Back in Black number 1. Really like the cover of this. Haven't read it yet. Figured, yeah, why not dive into it? Deadpool's a really, really cool character. And, you know, that third movie, probably going to be coming out sometime. There's been some rumors and buzz. Who knows what's going on with that? But either way, pick this up for myself. And like I said, I'll probably just hold on to that. Same with this next book. This was a personal collection buy. I really like Spider-Woman. I've mentioned a couple times recently that I'm trying to collect 1 through 50 of volume 1 of Spider-Woman, the original run. This is issue, like 5 or something like that, but it's legacy issue number 100. For those who don't know, because Marvel reboots so often at issue 1s, they decided to include legacy numbers. So you'll see down at the bottom, this is issue 5 of this run, but it's the 100th issue of Spider-Woman in general. And I think that is a great way to keep track of different runs. Like, it's very easy if you type this in on eBay or something. If you're looking for this book, you type in Spider-Woman issue 5 100 or Legacy 100, and this one will come up. Rather than typing in issue 5, you're going to get 5 from the 1970s run, you're going to get 5 from the 1990s run, you're going to get 5 from the 2000s run. You're going to get a bunch of different books, and you might not be able to find it right away, but legacy numbers make that a lot easier to search and categorize and everything like that. Next, we've got the United States of Captain America number 2, and this is the first appearance of Nichelle Wright, and this is the like the sketch or the design variant cover. Sorry, not sketch. These they've been kind of popular over the last couple years. Basically just showcases, the characters' design, white background usually, and, just kind of showing them off in different forms. We've got, slightly different costumes in each of the three pictures. And in this run, if you're not familiar with it, Captain America I believe he's going around the United States looking for his shield, which has been stolen, and he's realizing that in different cities, there's different Captain Americas that have kind of taken up that mantle and become protectors of that specific city. This one, my home state of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania right here, our state capital. I don't really live anywhere near Harrisburg itself, but it's just cool. It's my home state. I have a couple copies of this book already, the cover A, but now I have this design variant as well, and you never know what characters they're going to utilize in the future. I think this is a pretty cool storyline, given that Cap's going around and seeing his impact at a more local level. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, yeah, probably hold on to this one for my personal collection. I believe there was only one copy in there. Next, we've got Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter, number 1, or Alpha. And this features Boba Fett on the cover. This is one of those toy variants. It looks like it's an action figure, but nope, it's just a comic. It's just a comic cover. And this one features a black armor Boba Fett. I'm not big on these toy covers. They're not really my thing. I can see where some people are into them, especially toy collectors. But yeah, like I said, not my thing. So all these are going to be available for sale. There were a couple copies in there, and features this really cool all black armor Boba Fett toy cover. I don't know if this is an actual toy or not. I've never looked into that stuff because I'm just so not a toy guy. Anyway, you saw this book in the beginning. We got Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing, number 1, and this is the Gleason variant cover. And Gleason, love him or hate him, he's like one of those people like Scotty Young or Peach Momoko, does these variant covers. Some people really, really like them. I'm definitely one of those people. Other people just can't stand them. They think they're kind of overdone and stuff. I really like these. I don't even know what to call them, what type of variant. When it's Spider-Man, they call them the webhead variant covers, but this is Man-Thing. What are we going to call them? The Vinehead? I don't know. Anyway, Vinehead variant cover. I'm gonna start using that one for this cover. Really cool variant cover. This is the first printing of the book. I believe I picked up some second printings as well. But I really like Gleason covers, and that is a little preview of some things that are to come later on. Then I picked up a bunch of these Star Wars variant covers that are related to the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilms. And this one, they all have a little title up at the top of what property in Star Wars they're related to. So this is the Revenge of the Sith cover. We've got Count Dooku and General Grievous there on the front. Awesome cover. Then we got the New Hope, one of the New Hope covers, because there were multiple. Luke and the droids on Tatooine. This other New Hope cover featuring Darth Vader, Princess Leia. We got an Empire Strikes Back cover featuring our favorite tag team of smugglers. And then a Cloud City related Empire Strikes Back cover fitting for, where they go in that story. Cloud City being one of my favorite things about that movie. I think they did, considering it was the 1980 the movie came out, so they filmed it in the 70s. Phenomenal use of special effects and things like that, and scenery to just depict this city in the clouds. Anyway, moving on from that, we got a Return of the Jedi cover featuring Dagobah and Yoda and friends, and then we got the droids issue featuring a bunch of the droids here, the Ewoks issue, and the Clone Wars issue. And like I said, there's a bunch of these. This is certainly not all of the variant covers, but it is a bunch of them there. And yeah, great stuff to pick up. I'll probably bundle those together in deals for people. Probably easier to sell them as a group. So those will be available in my my future Whatnot sales if you're interested in them, and probably claim sales on Instagram as well. Then we've got this Peach Momoko. Really like this artist. Peach Momoko variant of King in Black #1, featuring Null on the cover. Great character, great artist. It's a #1. Can't go wrong with this. And I'm probably going to get one of these slabbed up because I like it so much. There were, like I said, a bunch of copies of this book. And a bunch of these as well. This is part of the King in Black event. This is Gwenom vs. Carnage #1. And this is the first printing featuring Gwenom there on the front, which is Gwen Stacy Venom, if you weren't aware. And then we've got the second printing cover, which features this Carnage, who is the Mary Jane Carnage. And you can see, the red hair gives it away. And I thought that was really cool that they incorporated her as the Carnage against Gwenom there. And so, yeah, these are really nice to have together, especially as the first and second printing, and, showcases both of the characters that are featured in this story. Speaking of the symbiotes, we're moving on to some Venom stuff now. There was a bunch from the later part of the Donny Cates Ryan Stegman run, including a bunch of keys like this book right here. This is issue number 25, and this is a landscape... Wait, wrong way. Sorry about that. Landscape cover. The inside of the book is normal. This is the third printing. It is a Mark Bagley cover. And when I think symbiote artists, there are three names that come to mind. There's Todd McFarlane, Eric Larson, Mark Bagley. Those are the three guys that I associate with Venom and Carnage and the symbiotes. And great to have him on this cover here. Issue number 25 is the first cameo appearance of Codex and Virus, I believe. Don't quote me on that. No, that's definitely what it is. And yeah, like I said, this is the third printing, and it's a Bagley cover, and yeah, all that stuff. Then we can skip ahead. There's no 26, but there was a 27, which features the first appearance of Codex, and not only the regular cover, but the Ryan Stegman variant cover. Cool. We've got the second printing of this book, and the third printing featuring Null on the cover as well. It's got all of them. I actually don't know if that's all of them, but it's 4 different covers for the same book. Pretty cool that they were there, and I'll probably group them together for sales in the future. Then we got number 28. I believe this is the issue that Virus and Codex have their identities revealed. So like minor key in that respect. And then we got a bunch of the other ones in this run. These are more for my personal collection. We got 29, 30. I couldn't find 31 or 32, but then it skips to 33 and 34. And I already have a copy of 35, which is the last issue, the one where Dylan Brock becomes Venom, and the last time that Donny Cates wrote on this run. Anyway, moving on now. We're still in symbiote mode here for some Carnage. Black, White, and Blood, and I'm so glad I said that correctly because I always say Red, White, and Blood because I'm used to saying Red, White, and Blue. But Black, White, and Blood. This is number 1. Great cover, great book, awesome story inside. It's like an anthology story. And not only was there the regular cover, there was a couple of the variant covers like this one and this one. And most importantly, this guy right here. This one is the Gleason cover, Gleason variant. I still call it the Webhead variant because, it's Spider-Man adjacent at least. And, yeah, people love this cover, including me. I said it before, I'm a big fan of Gleason stuff. And guess what? There wasn't just this. There was the second printing as well. And you probably saw it in the thumbnail because I believe I'm going to use the picture of these books as a thumbnail. I got a ton of copies of both of them. Especially that first printing. Definitely sending a bunch of those off to CGC. Gonna keep one for myself, a 9.8 slab. Gonna be selling the other ones, and yeah, that's. I might have bit off a little more than I can chew with buying those because I very much enjoyed them, and I know other people do too. I was talking with Jim from Bronzeville last night about diminishing returns, meaning if I have 80 copies of a book, which I probably have 80 copies of the first printing, how many of those can I actually sell at market price before I have to start dropping the price down? And honestly, I got these really cheap. I got these nice and cheap. So, I don't need to sell them quickly. I don't need to sell all of them necessarily. But I'm going to just sell them at market price for a while and see what happens. As long as people keep picking them up, they'll be there. Will they be discounted at some point? I don't know. I might just keep them if, for the long term, because I think this cover is so great that over the course of time, I believe this cover will go up in value. I've seen it sell between like $5 and $12 over the last, year or so since it came out. But I could see this book being a $20 book at some point, despite there being so many copies in circulation. It just is a really, really cool, definitely, in my opinion, a top 5 Carnage cover of all time. Really, really awesome one. And Carnage is on like a downswing right now with the movie. People didn't really like it. I thought it was okay. I thought it is a decent movie. I thought the Carnage character was done very well, but he was killed off at the end. So we don't know what's going to happen. The price of his first appearance has plummeted, and most of the other books related, but that definitely could turn around someday. I truly believe it will. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was definitely something a little bit different because it's only recent books, only current runs from the past 2 years, as opposed to most of my collection and collecting is 90s and prior. But something a little bit different. This is going to be great as more current stock for claim sales and conventions and things like that. But yeah, if you like this video, please make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up for a like, and leave a comment down below. Don't forget, Friday on Mint Hunter Comics YouTube channel, live claim sale with me, James from Mint Hunter, and Nick Barucci from Dynamite Comics. And then Saturday, King Con in Iselin, New Jersey. I'll be there helping Jim from Bronzeville Comics set up, and I'll be hanging out the whole day and helping him pack up at the end of the day. So I will literally be there before start and after finish. Come say hi if you're there. And until next time, turn the page, wash your hands.